well, we have made it back on this cold, breezy Monday. So, brought the 260 with me on the IT-20 felling tilt trailer. I am loving this trailer, by the way. So, it's just so nice to be able to just have a truck, for one, that can pull that, and then a trailer where I can throw these machines on and just kind of zip around town, have all my tools, the fuel tank, and everything else with me. So, that trailer has been extremely handy. So, hopefully, make sure I don't have any snot running down my face. It's like 27 degrees right now. It looks really nice, but it's kind of deceiving because it's a little cold and breezy. But we're back on, I guess, this job with the pool and the yard I'm working on. Haven't got any topsoil yet. I think they're just trying to get everything warmed up and going. James is here putting some metal edging around the bottom of the fence, so then that way I can kind of spread topsoil up to it. And then his decorative rock will go up to the edge of it, and it'll make it a whole lot easier to maintain and weed eat and everything along there. So he's also got, I think, 16 pallets of sod ordered for tomorrow. They're going to get this front yard sodded, and hopefully that south side along the edge of the driveway, if I can get the dirt here, we'll work on that. But I got 2 downspouts to extend, and part of the deal I'm also going to do is lower this manhole. So need to move the wood around it, but I guess I should open it up first. This thing's like, it's 14 or 16 feet deep to the bottom of the sewer main. I believe it comes across the street, and then it actually has fall going that direction. And then that white pipe that we tied into is the sewer main. I think they call it like a transmission line. It ends up being like an 18-inch line that actually flows back that way to the treatment plant. But I talked to the city. They told me we could dig this up and lower it down. They wouldn't help furnish any or foot the bill or anything. We can do it on our own. But it's got 2 foot, I guess, sections or collars in there, if you'll call it. And what I'm going to do is just dig all the way around it, get to the bottom of that first 2 foot collar, take it off, and then we'll actually set this top piece back on there. So I was hoping the 260 will lift that. If not, I got the 12 over here. I was thinking about bringing the 2150, but that is the sewer deal is really the only thing. I got 1 or 2 downspouts I'm going to clean off and extend those. So I don't really have enough to justify bringing the 260 over here. Plus this way I got, like I said, my fuel tank and my toolbox and everything else. So yeah, hopefully, like I said, between the 2 or one or the other, maybe we can get that piece off. The 2 foot piece won't be too bad. Figure while I'm waiting on the dirt, we'll get the 260 warmed up and at least try to lower this manhole. I'd first pull around back here and we'll kind of expose the ends of these downspouts. It got dark on me the other night, so I didn't get to do my walk around, but I got this all kind of cleaned up, and then I went ahead and just kind of stripped off the grass and junk down here. They're wanting to try to make this not so much, I mean, like they want a nice mowable area like the neighbor has right here, so they're not going to irrigate it. I think we're going to seed it, but they're not really going to do much with it. They just wanted it cleaned up where they could mow it. So I tried to dress it up as best I can. The city won't let them do much because they consider it a floodplain down here from this creek, because I guess this little town, like all of the storm water runs into this creek. So they won't let you like disturb or add to it, I guess, to alter or change any of that. So, but so yeah, they just wanted it kind of cleaned up. Part of it, it's gonna get really steep right behind those trees. I may still try to clean some of that off, and if they, I don't know if they'll just let whatever grow back up, and they may put some ground cover, but I am going to go down through there and kind of try to smooth out and level up, because it kind of turns into like a little triangle down there. So they kind of, the creek comes over on more of their land. They may own a little bit across the creek up on that end of it, I think. But yeah, for the majority of this, we may put a little bit of topsoil out here, but it's mostly just how it's going to stay. And somewhere out here I should have a downspout, so I'm gonna guess it's right there. So, alrighty, there it is. So yeah, I didn't really want to break it right off the get-go, but I couldn't remember where exactly it was, so gonna clean out around it, and I got another piece to slide on. I may see if Dad's got like a 45 in his trailer. I will say the 260 has a nice heater, so the air conditioner works pretty well, but the heaters in these machines work phenomenal. Alright, pretty sure I've tore that one up enough, so let's try not to break the end of this guy. Two pieces on. I'll probably just put them on and then maybe try to put what topsoil I can around them, and then just kind of cut them off to match the grade. I will just basically dig out around this thing right here, so then maybe I can better show and explain how it's all put together. I think this one's in 4 or 5 pieces. There's usually 2 pieces for sure. It's this top section that's taller and tapers up to the lid, and then the bottom section will be the same. I think it's 3 or 4 feet in diameter, like this top, and then they make these 2-foot, I just call them collars or spacers, I guess, and that's what raises the height of it. So normally, I think the majority of these manholes, I want to say, are like 6 feet tall. I want to say it's maybe 3 feet on the top piece and the bottom piece. And then they come in like 2-foot increments on the collars, I believe. So I could be wrong too. I don't know. I haven't set like a ton of manholes, so I'm not 100% sure on that. But the good news is I have opened it up before and looked in there, so I do know that it's like 14 feet to the bottom, because the sewer main does come in and out of it. Is marked right here, but it's also way, way down there. So I do have a gas line because it's marked up there right behind the curb. Getting the old porta pot cleaned up, so
you.